This is the year that you say, I love myself, and you mean it. This is the year where you no longer need socials, relationships, your job for external validation to prove yourself worthy of love. When I look at myself in the mirror, I love myself. I love what I see. I love who I am. I love who I'm becoming. This is the year that you don't trade your self-love for companionship, where you don't trade your morality, your integrity for positioning or influence, where you're not trading your values to fit in with a group of people or in an environment or in a certain aesthetic. And how do I know that? Because this is the year that we start our I Am Beloved, the self-love journey. I am so excited to spend the next 28 days with you as we go through this journey. This challenge is designed to help you love yourself well, mind, body, and soul, while embracing your true identity as God's beloved daughter. There are a lot, and I mean a lot, of content here on YouTube, across social media, that is geared to self-help, productivity, self-care, self-love, glow-up journeys, and it's all great. However, if you just run with somebody else's intentions, you will look up one day and realize I've been chasing a goal that I truly don't even care about. And that's why week 1 is focusing on setting our intentions and then creating the space in our day to see those intentions through. So in this video, and if you join me over on the broadcast channel for the rest of week 1, we are going to walk through a few exercises to help you focus on what's important to you and what you want to gain out of the next 28 days of this challenge and out of your self-love journey. So let's get into it. Setting intentions are powerful because it's more than just goal setting or wishful thinking, okay? When you set an intention, you are declaring that this is who I want to be and how I want to show up in the world. We are buying into and choosing the purpose-fulfilled life, stepping into the woman that God has created you to be. So our intention should not only align with our desires, but the truth of who we are in Christ, because we don't have to work for our worth. We're already fearfully and wonderfully made. He already chose us before we even did anything. Your identity is not something that you have to be worthy of. You are already loved. So no man on social media, no woman in your supposed friend group can come against who you are and speak negatively or against what you already know to be true about yourself. This is where we lean into God's word for our truth and not what the enemy or those around us or those jealous of us or those who are trying to better themselves by putting you down say to you, okay? That is why this self-love journey, we're moving in silence. Here in this journey, it is about speaking life into yourself based on God's truth about you. Now, you know I like to break things down practically, sis. So what does it look like to set powerful intentions as we walk into this week? The first thing is that you need to get clear on what it is you want to focus on or need to focus on. This is where you silence all the noise. This is where you silence all the distractions, where you don't go out looking in the world for what you need to focus on. This is not the time for you to get caught up on what everybody else is doing. This is the time to focus on your lane, your path, build your life. Don't masquerade as somebody else's. Are we here? Okay, so we're going to break it down and look at the 3 key areas that we're focusing on for the next 28 days. Mind, body, heart, and soul. I want you to record this. So whether that is digitally, you know how much I love my notes app, okay? Whether it's digital in your notes app, in your iPad, or written in a journal or somewhere else that is safe that you can go back to review, I want you to do this exercise written, okay? Write the vision, make it plain. That's what we're gonna do right now, okay? So on your iPad or in your journal, you're going to make 3 different columns, one for the mind, one for the body, one for the heart and soul. First things first, it's time to reflect. And I want you to take some time and think about where you are right now, mentally, physically, emotionally and spiritually. Be truthful, be honest in this moment. The first step to really tackling an issue is acknowledging that there's an issue there, and that is the first step to really loving yourself, is also accepting yourself right now. So don't go through this exercise judging yourself. This is just a place to be honest and truthful about where you currently are. Right underneath that, in every category, write where you want to be. So if mentally you are dealing with confusion, you're unsure about your career path, or where God is trying to take you, then where you want to be is clear. You want clarity. You are seeking clarity for purpose. I am dealing with anxiety. I want a peaceful mind for my body. I am uncomfortable in my body right now. I am uncomfortable in my weight gain. I want to lose this 30 pounds. Just be honest, again, without beating yourself up. Honesty does not have to come with brutality. There can be honesty in love, okay? So just be honest about where you are, where you want to be, not what society, culture, family, religion is telling you to be, where you want to be. Okay, and then after you reflect on each area, I want you to write down all the goals that you have in each area. Anything from the smallest goals to the most outlandish goals, whatever it is, I want you to brain dump here. Don't overthink it. If we are talking about our bodies, okay, I want to lose 30 pounds. I want to drink more water. I want to exercise 3 times a day. I want to be able to fit into my size 6 jeans. I want to decrease my body fat percentage. I want to increase my muscles. I want to have quads or define quads. I want that thing to be thangin'. Write it all down. Lexi said, I want the mind of Christ and the body of a stripper. And I couldn't agree more. But you might have a long list in each area, and that is okay. This is seriously, it's just a brain dump so that you can get it from out here and onto paper. And then I want you to go through each goal list and put a star by the goals that are most important to you. Now, the goal for this part of the exercise is to be intentional without it being overwhelming. So we got our brain dump just to get it all out there. Now we have our starred goals to see our intentional ones, the ones that we really need to focus on. Now I want you to go through all of the ones that you have starred, and you're going to pick one goal per category that is going to have the most impact. So since, we've been talking about body, we're going to stay in body as our example. I can say for me, and this is really my goal for 2025 is to lose 30 pounds. And your girl's already down 10. So yay for intentionality. It's showing. Okay, the fruits is being shown. But for my focus for this next 28 days is not to lose 30 pounds. It is to exercise 3 times a week. Why am I choosing that goal? I am going to choose 3 times a week as my focus goal for this challenge because it is going to have the most impact to get me to the overarching goal of losing the 30 pounds, or really just being overall healthier. Because if I exercise 3 times a week with intentionality, it almost acts like a trigger. Because when I am being very focused and making sure that I'm exercising those 3 times a week, I start eating better. I start drinking more water. I stay hydrated way more when I'm exercising consistently, girl. And I really do choose better choices with eating because I don't want to undo my work. Because if I'm working this hard and I'm sweating and sore and dealing with the repercussions in a good way, I know it's good for you, but we're not going to act like working out is not hard. Okay? It's suffering for the betterment of us. I'm not going to undo that work with terrible food choices. Am I restricting myself? No, but because I am just focusing on working out 3 times a week, it does have a positive domino effect on the rest of my habits in the body category. So that is how I want you to choose your one focus goal per category or per area. Which one of these goals is going to have a positive effect or the best impact in this area over the next 28 days? If you are dealing with not being able to be by yourself, you have a hard time being by yourself, and so you find yourself constantly like people pleasing or allowing yourself to be around negative energy simply because you just need people around you, your top goal might be go on 1 solo date a week for the next 28 days. Why? Because that is going to have the most impact, positive domino effect for everything else in that area to get you to the place where you learn how to be okay with your own company. And because you start getting comfortable with being by yourself, you stop making terrible decisions about the people who are around you or being available to people that you know are not best for you. Yeah. If you want to improve your mindset, how you talk about yourself, or overcoming negative self-talk, your goal could be finding 3 biblical affirmations. Y'all already know how I feel about affirmations. I like my affirmations to come out of the Bible. I like them to be grounded in God's truth, right? So your goal could be finding 3 biblical affirmations that speak to you and help you speak directly to the negative things that you usually say about yourself. I have an affirmation style video that I'll link up here somewhere for you to go and watch to help you get an idea of what I mean when I say biblical based affirmations. If you are having a hard time figuring out what is going to be your one action that you take over the next 28 days for each area, I want you to go through each goal that you start. Think about the action associated with that goal and ask yourself, what other change will this impact in a positive way? What else could this trigger? So just like my example with working out 3 times a week triggers me drinking more water, it triggers me making healthier eating choices. It also helps me be more productive because I usually work out first thing in the morning and I jump straight into my day. So as you go through each goal that you have started, circle the actions that have the most impact and then process of elimination it, sister, until you figure out which one has the most impact overall. You just need 1 action per area that you are going to focus on. After setting our intentions, we have to learn how to create space in our days to give ourselves the time that we need to love and pour and appreciate ourselves. And the best way to do this is by creating a system or a routine around these actions to make sure that we stay consistent, because it's consistency that gets us to the best outcomes. Whether that is setting aside time every morning for prayer and devotional, or building out a workout routine, or spending time with yourself on those solo dates, building these small intentional routines in your day-to-day life is what builds the foundation for lasting change. You know I'm not going to leave you on your own to build out these routines and these systems, especially if you're not used to working within a routine, or your current system is not getting you to the version of yourself that you desire to be. Okay, so I'm actually going to bring on Deanna, she specializes in creating systems. She actually does consulting with like entrepreneurs on building out their systems. She is going to teach us how to create a routine that flows with the rhythm of our life. That's going to happen over on Instagram Live. You can also watch this video that is going to help you learn how to build a morning routine that works for your goals, your values, and what works for your current state of life. So definitely go ahead and watch that next. Check the description box. All of the information that you're going to need to join us on the challenge is going to be there. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, sis.